if we have to simplify the judgment on demonetization by Supreme Court recently, there are three major takeaways, my dear friends. Number one, the technicality and legality of the process that went into demonetization is not flawed. However, there was dissent by one of the judges who says parliamentary legislation would have been better for demonetization than it happening through official executive notification. Two, the demonetization as a move passes the test of proportionality. How? By establishing clearly and reasonably nexus between the move of demonetization and the objects that it intends to realize, such as curbing black money, curbing terror funding and all of that. We can clearly see there is reasonable nexus between the move and the object that it intends to realize. Therefore, demonetization passes the test of proportionality. Has there been a case of excess of delegate legislation? Not really, because any day executive is still accountable to the legislature. Government of the day has to stand up and answer to the questions posed to it by the parliament on the question of demonetization. Number three, was the time period of 52 days reasonable enough to exchange the notes and all of that? Yes, of course, because as Judiciary points out, in the previous episode of demonetization, the time available was less than 5 days to exchange the currency notes. Not only that, even if as less as 50 days has added to individual plight and all that, in the utilitarian larger public interest, it's something to bear with. All right. So, with all of this, is Judiciary trying to uphold the doctrine of separation of powers? Yes, thinks many, because number of legal political analysts who have been closely observing the judge, who've been closely getting into the nitty-gritty of judgment, feels Judiciary is trying to refrain itself from getting too much or too deep into the transformational economic policies of the government, and it's only restricting itself to the process. Thank you, my dear friends.